Hey everyone, my name is Matt. I'm the youth and family pastor at Cornerstone Church in Marshfield, and I'm here today with your Cornerstone Connection, a daily devotional. Well, as hopefully you know at this point, we're going through an Advent reading plan here at Cornerstone, and today is day 3 of that plan. So if you're tracking along with us, you know we're in Luke chapter 1, and today we're in verses 11 through 13. And let me just read that for us and then have some fun things to unpack for us in that section of text. So here's how the story continues in Luke chapter 1, verses 11 to 13. It says this: "And then an angel of the Lord appeared to him," and that's Zechariah, right? "Standing at the right side of the altar of incense. When Zechariah saw him, he was startled and he was gripped with fear. But the angel said to him, 'Do not be afraid, Zechariah. Your prayer has been heard. Your wife Elizabeth will bear you a son, and you are to give him the name John.'" Now, can you just imagine, right? I mean, Zechariah is an old man. His wife is old. She's barren as well. He's been praying. They've been praying for a child for a long time. And probably it's almost seemed like, man, we've talked to God about this for a long time, but it's just not going to happen. And then, boom, all of a sudden he's serving in the temple, and this angel appears before him. And he is so stunned by God's response and by this angel, as we all would be stunned, right? It says he's startled and he's gripped with fear. You know, it's funny, as a youth pastor, I just got to be honest, and I tell the students this too, you know, and as parents out there, you know this as well. Sometimes you feel like as you're talking to kids, whether it's your own kids or it's kids that you minister to, like I do with the students, you know, sometimes you feel like, man, a lot of words come out of my mouth. A lot of things I share a lot. I teach a lot. I spend a lot of time in groups with these students, and all that is good. But it sometimes feels like, man, a lot of words just go at them, and nothing ever sticks. And then what always happens is I always underestimate what God is doing beneath the surface, and I always underestimate how much work is being done in the lives of students or even of my own children. That, in fact, God is using what he's led me to speak to them, and it is doing a work within them, and also that work is working out of them in their daily lives. I just don't always hear about it. But when I do, it's awesome. And I go, Lord, forgive me. I thought you weren't listening. I thought these kids weren't listening. I thought I was doing this all for no reason. But time and time again, over the 10 years I've been in youth ministry and in parenting my kids, for the past 7 years, I have found out more and more that God is always up to so much more than I could ever think or imagine. And it's the same with prayer. And it was certainly the same for Zechariah and Elizabeth, who had been praying for years for a child. And they just continued, as we saw in the past couple of devotionals, they just continue to be faithful to God with what they've been given and the roles they've been given. And of course, they're sad and disappointed. And I got to imagine there were seasons where they just thought, God, are you listening to me at all? How many times have you felt that way? How many times have you felt that way with the Lord? Not just with your kids, not just with teenagers, maybe not just with your spouse, where you feel like you're talking to them and they're not listening. But let's be honest. How often have you felt that way with God? Here's my charge, my encouragement, my challenge for all of us today is keep praying. Keep praying. Because you have a personal God. You have a God. If you have a faith in Jesus Christ as your personal Lord and Savior, you have a God who is in relationship with you. And he's listening. And he knows what's best for you. He knows what you need. And he supplies what you need when you need it. So keep coming to him. Keep praying to him in faith. And who knows, maybe someday you'll be out mowing the lawn or washing the dishes or doing laundry, and an angel will appear and say, guess what? You know that thing you've been talking about? This is what's going to happen. I don't know how God's going to answer your prayer. We don't always know that it's going to turn out the way it did for Zechariah and Elizabeth. Certainly it wasn't their plan, I'm sure. But keep praying, friends. God is listening. Have a great day, friends, and enjoy this Christmas season. We'll see you next time on the Cornerstone Connection.